my goodness, folks. Good to be back with you because I've just gotten back from the hospital after suffering a heart attack from Roger Federer's match last night where he barely escaped versus Tennis Sangren. So we're going to preview the Federer and Djokovic match in this video, and I'm going to tell you why Federer does have a chance to win this match, and we're going to break down who the favorite is, and we're going to get into some of their past history that I believe is going to play into this match. So we're going to get down to business in this episode of The Slice. Thanks for being here.
Welcome to The Slice.
Welcome to The Slice.
Welcome to The Slice.
Well, folks, Jeepers Murphy, things are getting very heated at this year's Australian Open. We're in the semifinals now, or at least Federer and Djokovic are. This is their 50th meeting. Like, it's unreal how much tennis, amazing tennis we've been treated to as tennis fans over the years at the hands of these two and Rafa, who's playing team tonight, and Wawrinka and Zverev are also playing tonight. But this video is about Federer versus Djokovic. But first, what happened last night with Federer? So Federer's playing Tennis Sangren. He has a pretty good draw playing Tennis Sangren in the quarterfinals. Now, the reason Tennis Sangren is there is because he beat some very good players on the way there. He beat Berrettini and Fognini, looking very good. So he was showing up there, playing great. I watched the Fognini match, and he was hitting huge. His serve was massive, and he moves super good, and he's a great counterpuncher. So those are kind of the things that are Federer's kryptonite. Big hitters aren't Federer's kryptonite. He can handle that. But players who move really well and can defend every shot, that's the people that do the best against him, a.k.a. Djokovic and Nadal. So in the match last night, it started well. Federer won the first set 6-3, and I was like, okay, this is probably going to be a 3-set win. But then Tennis Sangren started playing a lot better, serving a lot better. And then Federer, like he said afterwards, had a pain in his groin, started to not move as well. And I was like, I've seen this script before. Federer hurts a little part of his body, like against Dimitrov back at the US Open, and just wasn't moving as well, and then just can't play at a high level. He's going to eventually lose. He swears, the umpire, the lines person behind him tells on him. Anyways, he takes a timeout, comes back, loses the second set and the third set. That was the beginning of the third set, I guess, that he took the timeout. Then it comes to the fourth set. He's playing a little bit better, gets to the tiebreaker, and he'd already had to, before the tiebreaker, save 3 match points. And then he saved 4 more in the tiebreaker, just not refusing to lose, refusing to miss, refusing to lose. Honestly, I think harnessing that Mamba mentality that is so special right now in light of this recent circumstances, and just refusing to lose. And he talked after the match. He said he'd pretty much already been he thought it was over. He's just going to see how this went because pro players like us, they have similar mentalities. And this is if he knows he's kind of not moving while he's injured and he's not playing his best anyways. And he thought he was going to be down, but he just stuck it out in those moments and played like a champion and held 7 points. And then in the 5th set, got the break and finished it off. He said he didn't deserve it afterwards, but you got to get lucky sometimes. And now he's in the semifinals to face Djokovic, who did handle Raonic. So in the Federer match, he only hit 6 aces, so clearly something's not great. Saved 7 match points, and he was 2 for 13 on breakpoint chances against Sangren. So didn't take a lot of opportunities. Just a very sloppy and weird, bizarre injured match from Federer. Anyways, got through it somehow. So now you're thinking he limped his way through the last 3 matches, basically, through Millman, barely getting through him, beat Fucsovics pretty decently, barely got through Sangren. Does he have anything left in the tank to face Djokovic, who just took out Raonic, who was looking really good? Djokovic played a fairly good match. The one weird thing with the stats is he beat him fairly cleanly. 3 sets. He only hit 4 aces, and he was a 2 for 16 on break points. Now, mind you, a lot of those break points would have been against Raonic's serve, where he probably hit an ace or whatever. But still, 2 for 16 is not very Djokovic-like. He did win 70% of his first serve points. That number is also a bit skewed because Raonic is not a very good returner. So did Djokovic actually do his best serving performance of the tournament? Probably not. But he still comes into the match versus Federer looking extremely good and not having been tested very hard in this tournament. So does Federer have any chance? Because right now you're looking at him, he's got to be injured, tired, blah, blah, blah. And the thing is that I heard Federer say after the Sangren match is that he was injured. He got the groin thing in the middle of the thing, and it kind of got better. And he said, we're going to try and figure that out tonight. The good thing is I didn't get completely spent in this match. It wasn't really like the Millman one where he just got ran into the ground. The match went a lot quicker, and it wasn't as brutal physically other than the groin. So he said, I'm not doing anything tonight because it was a day match. I'm not doing anything tonight, not doing anything the next day or all day the next day because we got the night match with Djokovic. So he said a lot can change. I can feel a lot better. So I'm assuming that they're going to figure it. If the groin gets worse, he could honestly pull out of this match. But I don't think he will. I think he's going to show up and he could be back to health. So I don't think the health should be a concern in this Djokovic match. What will be a concern for Federer is Djokovic's level and game, obviously, on the Australian Open court. Federer has never beaten Djokovic at the Australian Open, and Djokovic is going for his 8th title here. So what are they going to have to do? What's Djokovic going to have to do to win this match? Because it's definitely losable for Djokovic. You got Federer, the all-time leader in slams, the GOAT in my opinion, showing up, even though he's 38 years old and not playing his best tennis in this tournament. You know what? A bunch of 5-setters could bring out his best tennis in the semifinals, and that's not going to be good. So what could happen? I think the Fed-Djokovic matchup now is way less... is not as simple anymore. It's not just about Federer having to shorten points and blast Djokovic off the court, and it's not about just Djokovic wearing Federer down. We saw in Wimbledon, it was a super long match, went 5 hours, and Fed didn't physically wear out at the end. Djokovic just pressed over the finish line, even though Federer had 2 match points. Don't want to talk about it. The most unreal match. And one of the questions that was Djokovic answered leading up to this match, he just answered in his press conference after the Raonic match, was the guy's saying, hey, so recently Federer won the latest matchup between you guys, but you've kind of dominated him in the last few years. And Djokovic goes, well, in the Wimbledon final, he had 2 match points. He was literally 1 shot from winning. So it's not like I've been exactly dominating. And I remember before that in the Paris Masters in 2018, Djokovic didn't break Federer, and it was a 3-set match, and he barely won that one as well. So the last 3 matches have been extremely tight, and Federer got the best of him in the ATP or in the ATP finals. So, but the Australian Open outdoor hard is a different story. And this is Djokovic's best court, best surface. So to me, this is all about each player playing their best game. Whoever plays their game the best will win this match, I think. So what I saw especially in the Wimbledon or I actually just went back and watched the Australian Open 2016 semifinal match where Djokovic beat Federer fairly handily in 4 sets. Djokovic's level in general at the beginning of 2016 was much higher than Federer's. Federer hasn't had the injury and then the comeback in 2017, which since 2017 has totally changed his confidence when it comes to playing Nadal and Djokovic and anyone, especially with his backhand. So Federer's a lot less vulnerable on his backhand unless he can't move, like you kind of saw in the Sangren match. So it's not just about Djokovic wearing him down in long rallies and Federer serving amazingly and blasting him off the court. In these rallies, Federer can win the long rallies just as good as Djokovic can now. The tactics are all that is going to, and whoever plays better in those big moments, in the break points, in the chances during this match is going to be the winner. What I've seen Federer do tactically is slice a lot more than he would against Djokovic or Nadal. He's not trying to blast Djokovic off the court with his backhand, because that if you go all out over your backhand when you're on the far line, Djokovic is such a good mover that even if you hit a good shot up the line or a good shot cross court, he can get to it and put it to the open court faster than Federer can get back there. So I've seen him do a lot of slicing cross court to the mid court level, like where the service line hits the sideline, bringing Djokovic forward, trying to bring Djokovic forward to slice and come to net, or just to come forward and hit a backhand from way below the net, which you can't really rip. So, and if I've seen Federer try and move Djokovic around a lot more. That's been the strategy that I've seen him use the most lately, is Federer moving Djokovic around until he can get an opportunity and then attacking, not just hitting a hard shot from the back and then approaching. Because in 2016, when I saw him trying to do that a lot more, Djokovic was just passing him at will. So Djokovic is obviously, again, going to try and move Federer around and punish him on the return. So it's going to be a lot. There's just so many little tactical things in this matchup that are going to be played out. And that's why, even though Djokovic is the favorite in this match, I'll say that for sure, because he's looked a lot fresher, he's a lot younger, and he's just more close to the prime of his career, and he's playing a lot better in this tournament, and he's never lost to Federer at the Australian Open. Djokovic is the favorite going in, but Federer definitely can do things to win this match, and obviously so can Djokovic. So it's going to be an absolute duel. I'm not giving a prediction on the winner, even though Djokovic is the favorite. I'm just excited to watch it, and I can't wait Whoever wins, it's going to be an amazing treat to watch. I was thinking about this last night. It's like, as a slice, we're going to cover tennis into the future, but we're only going to cover this type of matchup for so much longer. So I'm privileged, as well as you all are, to watch this match, and we should all have respect for what's going down here. Even if you're a Djokovic fan, even if you're a Federer fan, let's just enjoy this, and may the best man win. So thanks for watching, folks. Make sure you follow us at The Slice Tennis, because we're going to be doing a giveaway for one of our new limited edition 2020 Aussie Open t-shirts on the finals weekend. So you got to be following us to do that. Also, we're on the road to 1,000. So if we get there, our Instagram manager, Beckett Chung, he's going to get paid. He's going to get a little bit of money to run the account. So help him get there. Help us get to 1,000. And if you want to support The Slice, grab an Aussie Open t-shirt. I would appreciate it forever. Love you guys. Let's see ya. And we'll see you after the Djokovic-Federer matchup.